Welcome back to episode 8 of G'day from the USA. I'm your host, Lady Amanda, and I thought it would be fun to have a chat about what it's really like for an Australian living and working in the USA. Kyla is back with us today. G'day.
Hey there. Nice to be back.
Kyla was born and raised in Oregon in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, and she's about as American as pickup trucks. We also have Kelsey joining us yet again. She had so much fun last week, she decided to return. Kelsey is a Washington native, born in Longview and now lives in Vancouver, Washington, and turns 33 later this month. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Happy birthday.
Welcome back, both of you.
Oh, yeah. It's been a long slog. I was sick that 1 week and then worked the rest, and it's good to be back.
Good to have you back. Have you both had a good week?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, average. I mean, I'm home now, so it's even better. Yeah. I love being home. I'm a homebody.
Stop snowing. That is a bonus.
Also awesome.
Yes. Anything exciting happen?
I spent an entire day yesterday cleaning my Airbnb because the cleaner didn't show up.
Oh,
what?
No.
Yeah, I just brushed up on my cleaning skills, but it's ready and good now. So
okay, so I have a question about that because sometimes when I get like an Airbnb and I see the $150 cleaning fee, I'm like feeling like I'm being bent over a barrel. Is it legitimately $150 worth?
Yeah. No. So if you were to hire a cleaner to clean an entire house, turn all the sheets, clean the kitchen, clean the washer, dryer, everything, it's like $300. So you're getting a deal kind of.
Yeah.
Because they're on contract and they get more work by contracting with Airbnb or whoever the short-term rental company is.
Yeah.
Somehow that still doesn't feel like a deal.
I spent roughly 6 hours, so $150 for 6 hours of my time.
How long was the Airbnb occupied before that?
A week.
Oh, wow. 6
that
hours.
is about a bit of time for...
Yeah. Sometimes like when I look at it, I'm like, it's only worth it if I stay like 3 days at this Airbnb.
Yeah, I can see it from the consumer side too. That makes a lot of sense. But from, my side and managing it, for me to clean it would take, like I said, almost an entire day just to get it ready, no matter if it was someone who stayed for 2 nights or 6 or 7 or 10.
True. Do you have a minimum?
2 right now is the minimum.
Fair call.
Yeah, because it's winter.
Ooh, summer?
I think it's 3 in the summer.
Okay, nice.
I don't manage it myself, so I just,
Just pawn it off.
That's what I've been told is the rule.
That's clever.
They know better than I.
I like it. Well, we have some feedback from our last episode. We got a few messages letting us know that tanning is banned in Australia. And as the messages kept rolling in, Kelsey's face. This is going to be difficult, Kelsey and Kyla.
Yeah.
Kelsey's face is one of shock. I feel like she's never going to go back to Australia.
I just tanned yesterday.
Can we stop for a second? This is difficult, Kelsey and Kyla. I am your wife.
I'm just saying.
We have been married almost 9 years. That's coming up very soon for us.
Okay, so as I said, we have a few messages.
That's a reminder for you. Put it in your calendar.
So apparently, and I do recall this now, as the messages are coming, I was like, oh, that's right. It is illegal under the Radiation Act of 2005 to conduct a commercial tanning practice.
Oh, wow.
And I think it was banned in 2015. But we do have a voicemail, so just let me play this one.
Hi, darling. Just wanted to say well done with the podcast. You were talking about in the last podcast about tanning beds, and I don't know if you realise that in Australia, tanning beds have been banned since 2015. Research has shown that you're 7 times more likely to get an increased risk of melanoma. So that's why the Australians are not allowed to have tanning salons. Anyway, looking forward to your next podcast. See you later, or speak to you later. Bye.
Wow. Thanks, Mum.
I'm really guilty now.
Our other listener.
Yeah, our one is already here. Yeah, interesting.
I mean, that is true. Tanning beds do increase your risk of melanoma.
Oh, for sure.
Compared to
any
the sun?
exposure.
Yeah.
increases your risk. But I understand why in Australia it might even be even worse because you guys are a lot closer to the equator.
And we're generally getting a lot of sun exposure.
Right.
Like we all have nice tans and everything. So I guess putting that on top of
Yeah, that might make
the
it a
sun
bit
exposure.
worse.
Whereas here, we get no sun exposure.
No, in fact, I think most of the people in the Pacific Northwest, right, Kelsey, are vitamin D deficient because we don't get enough.
Yeah.
Kitty did tell me, that was another message, that she said they do test for vitamin D in Australia as well.
Really?
Because I was thinking maybe it wouldn't, but yeah.
I'm surprised.
Thank you for correcting us, Kitty. Mum sent us another voicemail. She had to one-up me in failing her driver's license in style. So let's have a listen to this.
It's me again. Another thing I was going to talk to you about was going for your license. That's what you were talking about. I think I take the cake with going for my license and failing. In those days, when I was 18, we went to the police station and they took us for a drive. The policeman took us for a drive. I had a different driving instructor, as the driving instructor I usually had was sick, and it's a different car. So I was very nervous about that. We went for a drive with a policeman sitting in the back, and he was a very grumpy person. Anyway, we came opposite the police station, and they were doing some roadworks. And he said to me, I want you to do a U-turn here. And there was some orange hats in front of the road, and I'm thinking to myself, do I go back a bit to miss the hats, or what do I do? And he screamed at me, can't you just do a U-turn? Do you want me to move the hats? And I got really, nervous about that. So anyway, I finally did a U-turn, and he asked me to park behind the police car that was sitting on the road. So I start going back, but honestly, what happened is I sideswiped the whole police car.
Whoa. Clearly it runs in the family.
And let's clarify for any of our other one fan that's on this continent, the North American continent. Apparently a hat,
It's a witch's
orange
hat.
hat is a
They're called witches' hats.
traffic cone.
Traffic cone.
Like
hat.
the orange traffic
We
cones.
call them witches'
Yeah.
hats. I
That
don't
would have
know.
been good. You missed an opportunity there for me to try and guess what something is.
Yeah.
That was a dead giveaway, though.
Well, I mean, in the context of the story, it kind of was, but a witch's hat, if she would have just said, what's
true.
a witch's hat? I'd have been
True,
like,
true.
They fly on brooms?
Can you imagine sideswiping an entire police car?
Yes. I mean, I've never done it, but could I imagine it? Sure.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
It
Nope.
would be terrible.
Nope.
That would be terrible.
Wouldn't do it.
Too funny.
Wow, that is random. Anyway, finally, Wendy from Canada, g'day Wendy, reached out to us to let us know that April 2nd was National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day.
I missed
yes.
it.
Okay, so I have a disturbing fact. It may only be disturbing to me. The average American will have eaten over 2,000 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches by the time they graduate from high school.
That seems low.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah.
What, you literally did have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every day?
Oh, probably,
Multiple.
yes. Probably at least one a day when especially growing up. Like it was an easy, quick, throw together meal for a kid.
Wow.
Sometimes, too. Cut
Yeah.
the crust off. You're good
Really?
to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
like a Crustable?
Well, I mean, those are delicious.
Explain a Crustable, because
Okay.
I have had
Uncrustable.
one and they have been prepped.
Yeah, so there's
Uncrustable.
something called an Uncrustable that you can buy in the frozen section, and it's basically a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on white bread, and they've taken like a cookie cutter and smashed off the crust, like cut it into the circle
So
shape
it's just the delicious inner part
in like a pocket.
of the bread. It's like a little pocket of deliciousness.
Those are the best hiking snacks because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
so high calorie. Like when you get to the top
Clever.
of a mountain and you just open up the Uncrustable, which is thawed out by the time that you get there, it tastes like heaven.
So good.
Oh, yum.
like
Now I want a PB&J today. Thank you.
Have
very
you
much.
ever
Well,
had
we
a...
have some bread downstairs.
Yes, we can make you one. Have you ever had a frozen one? Or you don't do that?
I
have.
don't think so.
I've been so hungry that I've just eaten it
Munched it.
regardless. And
I think the bread is a little like soggy in texture when you do that, and I'm a texture person, so
Ooh. Did you know peanut butter was actually invented in Canada in the 1880s?
I did not.
I did not either.
Yes.
But it's a very high. I think it puts nitrogen back into the soil, so it's a good cover crop. And that's what it kind of became something that we ate more.
It was considered a delicacy in the early 1900s and was only served in New York City's finest tea rooms.
I could see why.
Can
It's
you imagine
delicious.
them making the little paste from the peanuts and being like, oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
labor
caviar.
intensive.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, you know, it's hard to think about now when we have such an excess of calories in our diet, because we do.
Right.
But then anything that was high fat or high caloric value, that was a high value food.
True.
So it is thought that Julia Davis Chandler issued the first reference to peanut butter paired with jelly on bread in the United States in 1901.
Thank you, Julia.
In the late 1920s, the price of peanut butter declined and the sandwich became very popular with children. During World War II, both peanut butter and jelly were part of the United States rations. Interesting, the military rations. So I have questions about this, obviously.
Oh.
Does peanut butter and jelly have to be on bread? Could it be on a cracker?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it can. It's not the same, but it can. It can be in a tortilla shell. It can be on a cracker.
A tortilla shell.
Yes, I have done that.
That's the most random thing ever.
All right.
What is wrong with
Like
Anybody else,
gone
please chip in and bail me out on this one.
I don't think nobody's bailing you out.
Someone will
Not
bail
a
me out.
chance that anyone is going to call in and say, yes,
I'm going to
I've
do a
had
poll.
it on nachos.
I'm going to do a poll on Instagram today, and I will send you the results.
Okay, I'll
gonna
be
be-
watching.
You know she's going to jump on and be the one.
She
and
can only vote once.
Okay, perfect.
so-
She will be the one.
And I
I'm
can
gonna call
see who
everyone
votes.
I know. It's a short list, but still.
Yeah.
That is
Oh,
classic. Okay. So does it matter what kind of jelly you use? And for jelly, in Australia, I'm meaning jam.
Yes.
Yes, it definitely does.
Ooh, what?
I personally prefer preserves over like jelly or jam.
As in like chunks of...
They use
it?
apparently like less sugar, and it's a little bit of a different consistency. There's not as much, what is it, gelatin or whatever
Yeah.
in there that makes it as like,
Clumpy or
it's
gelatinous.
more like smooth and tastes a lot more like fruit and not just like sugar.
Interesting.
You would love freezer jam.
I do love freezer jam.
hmm That's my favorite.
has
is
made it.
You make your own and you put it in the freezer and it stays good for years. And you just pull it out when you need it, and it's amazing.
I've never made it, but every year for Christmas, my dad always gives me a couple jars of preserves, jam,
Oh,
jelly,
he
whatever you
makes
want to
it?
call it. Yeah, out of
That's really
raspberries,
cool.
blueberries, and strawberries. And so every year I'm like, you don't need to get me anything for the holiday, but please still make sure that I have my jam.
Aw,
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah, jam definitely makes all the difference.
Ugh,
You
yum.
can tell the difference from a generic store-bought brand as opposed to something that's made in-house.
Right. Okay, finally, does it matter if you use crunchy or creamy peanut butter?
Oh, that's a personal preference, and people will die. You know, they'll fight to the death over
Okay,
that.
on 3, say which one you prefer. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Creamy.
Okay, good. We're friends.
Snap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the perfect segue into our taste test today.
Oh, God.
What to taste test, you may ask? I think I'm going to leave it as a blind tasting for now.
Okay.
So I've prepared a little snack for you, Kelsey. Before I start, are you allergic to anything?
Oh, you're so considerate.
Shellfish, anything like that?
No. Shellfish? What the hell?
I'm just saying, like anything that can
We're talking
inadvertently
about
kill
peanut
you.
butter, and then you're talking about
Segue.
shellfish. No, I'm not allergic to anything.
Okay, so that's good. We
Unfortunately.
both know CPR, right? So we got you covered.
I'm
okay,
very good at it.
Just chat amongst yourself for a second while I
Okay,
quickly
should I
grab
close
it.
my eyes?
Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
Close your eyes. Are you excited, Kelsey? Or
I mean-
are you nervous?
I don't like surprises.
Well, I do. I mean,
sure
it's
you
not a
do.
surprise for me. I know what it is, but
Okay, I'm just
I'm
giving
excited.
Kyla one. Now I'm going to pass it to Kelsey.
Well, I can't see.
Okay,
so-
I'm going to let you know. It is a piece of bread
Okay.
with something on it. So just,
Where is it?
I'm going to hand
she's
it to
gonna
you.
hand
Hang
it
on.
to you. Coming, it's on a
Oh,
plate.
God. Okay.
Just keep your eyes closed
Okay. I'm so scared.
Now use-
My palms are sweating.
Use your other hand.
yeah.
to reach down,
Close
Okay.
your eyes.
find the piece of bread,
Okay.
and then-
and have a bite.
Yes.
Did you make me some toast?
I did. I made you a piece of toast.
Oh,
You don't
God.
have to eat it all if you don't like it, but I
Okay.
just want to see a blind taste test.
She's smelling it.
It just smells like bread. Oh, I'm so nervous. If this is like Vegemite or something, I'm going to kill you.
Oh, as if I'd do that.
Well, you're from Australia. I'm so nervous.
She keeps putting it in her mouth and removing it.
I'm so scared.
Okay. I can hear the crunch.
Uh-oh, it's not looking
not chewing.
promising. Her brow is furrowing.
It's so salty.
I might have put a little
grimacing.
much, but
It tastes like a bouillon cube and like oil.
in oil?
Can I open my eyes?
Well, yes.
I don't like it.
You don't
What is
like
that?
it? Well, I wanted you to taste it before I told you what it was because it doesn't look or sound very appetizing. But 8 out of every 10 Australian households have this delicious spread in their pantry. Any ideas?
I had my
Thoughts?
bite. Delicious.
You like it?
I've grown to love it.
It's so salty. What is it?
Okay, you ready?
Is it what I
Here's
thought
the
it
big
was?
reveal.
Here's the big reveal. I've got it here hidden under a beanie.
I knew it. I knew it.
Vegemite.
It's really salty.
Pass that my way, sister. I'll eat it.
Oh, wow.
It literally tastes like a bouillon cube.
Well, that's
like,
funny
mixed
that
up
you
with, like,
say that
oil.
because it's pretty much what it is. So
See,
it's
look at
basically
my palate. Oh, I'm so proud.
It's so turned on. Have a look at the container. It is a thick, dark brown Australian food spread made from leftover brewer's yeast extract with various vegetables and spice additives.
I mean, I would put this in soup. Like in a
It-
crock.
I
Yes,
have.
people do.
It's my secret ingredient.
Yeah, but on toast,
is
no
not
thank
secret
you. I'm
anymore.
like such a sweet person, not savory, so that might be part of it, but
I think
tried
it's
it.
acquired.
Had Amanda made it the way that I prefer it. So she made this with butter. She toasted it, put butter on, and then put the Vegemite on. But when you toast it, butter it, Vegemite it, then put a layer of cheese and broil it in the oven. Oh,
Grill it.
mwah.
So,
So
see,
good.
the one mistake that I would have made just looking at this, I would have slathered it like peanut butter.
Yes.
Which would
And
have
that
been
is-
like,
not.
I would have.
It's not like Nutella. No. It's very...
oh, I would
How
have
would you
died.
describe the amount I've put on there? Like a scraping?
It,
Yeah.
it looks like you like broiled it, like broiled a piece of bread, and there's just like flecks of brown.
Okay,
You know
I
what
put
mean?
it. I toasted the bread. I put it in the toaster.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
Oh,
the
the
amount.
Vegemite.
It looks like if you were to just toast a piece of bread and there was the little patches of brown.
Right.
That's what it looks like.
A little
Interesting.
goes a long way with Vegemite.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. It was developed by Cyril Callister in Melbourne, Victoria, which is where I'm from, in 1922. When the Fred Walker Company, which would later become Kraft Food Company, hired a young chemist to develop a spread from one of the richest known sources in the vitamin B group, brewer's yeast. What a random invention.
Now, isn't the English counterpart Marmite?
It is.
No idea.
And
Now, what is the flavor?
Yes.
I don't know that I've ever had it. Is it similar?
I didn't like it. I mean, I lived in London and I can barely remember. Maybe I tried it once, but no.
Is that because it's been so many years ago?
Of course. But it's interesting that you said it tastes like a beef bouillon because how it is described as, it's salty, slightly bitter, malty, and has a flavour similar to beef bouillon. You pretty much say that's when
I'm a
you
chef,
said
is
it.
what you're telling me.
I
Wow.
was
Yeah.
shocked.
I'm a little envious.
And
Okay,
how-
so
of
I
your
just want to tell you
palate.
something.
Okay.
I feel really sad right now.
oh.
And it's because we were talking about loving pie in our last episode.
Yes.
And there has been this viral Costco pie. Costco is like
Oh,
a
you
really
thought
big
I was gonna
warehouse
get a
store.
pie.
No,
Oh, yeah, they
no,
have
no,
Costco
no.
there.
So Costco has this chocolate peanut butter pie, and knowing that it was peanut butter and jelly day, and I packed you guys each a slice of this pie, and I
What?
left it in the fridge
No,
because I bought it.
It is
It's
us that's
5
feeling
pounds.
sad.
It's
5
5
pounds?
pounds.
I heard
in the
about
American
this
way.
5-pound peanut butter pie.
It is so good.
How big is a 5-pound pie?
I mean,
like
it
the
makes
size of-
16 slices.
Whoa.
So, I mean, it's like
Massive.
a pizza, the size of a pizza.
What I want to know is how good is the charge on your car right
I
now?
know, right? Let me just go. It takes me 38 minutes
Might
to
need
get
you
home.
to go home and get it and bring it back.
Yeah, it
Kelsey
is.
has an electric car.
It is so good. And now we both could have done a blind taste test, but mine would have been the better one.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, that is argumentative because I would choose Vegemite over peanut
Nothing
butter.
beats peanut butter and
But
chocolate.
I love pie as well. And yeah, I've become American. I'm like, I've got the taste buds for the
sweet.
for the sugar now.
I'm pissed I missed that opportunity.
Yeah. When we first went to Voodoo Donuts,
Not
that's
more
like
than me.
Yeah, this famous like donut shop in Portland. I had a maple bacon donut. So basically a donut with maple glaze
And 2
or maple
slices of
icing
bacon
and
on
bacon. It was so sweet that it made me sick.
Mm-hmm.
And now I could probably eat 10 of them and be just fine, is how Americanized I've become to the taste buds. Like bread was so sweet I could barely eat it. And now, I mean, I probably would never know it had sugar in it.
Everything that we have has sugar in it because
That
it's
is
so
the main
addictive.
complaint of all relatives that come here to visit from Australia is our bread is so sweet.
Yeah. Interesting.
And even the healthy breads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you can't almost find one that does not have sugar added.
Yeah.
The only one I found is the one that's fresh baked at Albertsons. And they don't add sugar to that bread. It's their, whatever their, the fresh baked
Like the French
artisan
bread.
French roll bread or whatever.
I do love that.
But every single
love
other
bread.
one has sugar
Yeah.
in the ingredients
My
list
nemesis.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, Vegemite was named by the Australian public. They did a competition, offered a £50 prize pool for finalists. And during World War II, the armed forces were buying Vegemite spread in bulk due to the product's nutritional value. The company had to ration Vegemite spread across Australia in order to meet the demand.
Jeez.
Okay, a couple of fun facts. In April 1984, a jar of Vegemite became the first product in Australia to be electronically scanned at a checkout. So, this made me wonder what the first American product was. Any ideas?
The first one to be electronically scanned?
Correct.
Some sort of liquor.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great guess.
I'll tell you where it was. It was in Torrey, Ohio in 1974.
Torrey, Ohio. They have a lot of corn in Ohio.
It wasn't
She's
a
so
corn
logical.
cob.
I'm not saying a corn cob. I'm not saying it was a corn cob, but it's a very agricultural area.
Tortillas.
You guys are thinking too hard about
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I didn't.
I'm going to go with milk.
Kelsey?
I said liquor.
Oh, liquor. No, it was a pack of juicy fruit chewing gum chosen for
That's
its
the worst.
size. Some people doubted that small packages could be effectively imprinted and scanned with a barcode, so Wrigley's wanted to prove them wrong and did. Another fun fact, the billionth jar of Vegemite was produced in October 2008. And my personal favourite, Vegemite is banned from Victorian prisons to prevent inmates from brewing alcohol using the paste's high yeast content.
Oh, they're probably missing out on a comfort food.
Yeah. Anyway, Kelsey apparently has a new segment for me.
Oh, I do.
A little worried.
It doesn't have a name. Why are you worried?
May fail.
She-
like to
because
fail.
she's not in control of this one.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So there's no passing or failing. I'm just asking you some questions.
It's like, how stupid do I look?
No, I'm just asking some questions because this podcast I know is about an Australian living in America, but there are things that I've never left America. So I'm just like, I wonder if these are normal in Australia or if these are things that you encountered along the way and they're not normal
Interesting.
necessarily.
Okay.
So my first question is, do you have red Solo cups in Australia or did you know what they were?
No. Okay. I had no idea. And even when you just said a Solo cup, then I had to rack my brain. And then I recalled someone mentioning that at a party. Like, get a Solo cup. And then even weirder, shout out Angie, write your name on the Solo cup. Yes. No. We have like disposable plastic cups for a party, but no. Solo.
Well, because we have
It's
them
the
in so
brand.
many like music venues. You know what I mean? Like they're in so many songs. They're on a lot of shows, and so I was just curious if
Prevalent
you guys had
at
them
every
too.
college party that you've
Yeah.
ever gone to, beer
Yeah.
pong table.
So we have a drink called Solo, which is basically like a lemon fizzy drink, but it's very light on the fizz. So the ad is that you can slam it down fast. So when you say Solo, I'm straight away thinking a cup for a Solo.
Gotcha. Okay. What about drive-through banks, pharmacies, or liquor stores?
No, not. Oh, okay. No to the banks.
Okay.
What was the other one? A
Pharmacy?
No. I mean, you walk in. That's just laziness.
Okay.
I mean, I don't even get that. And bottle
liquor
shops,
store.
yes. Drive-through bottle shops. Bottle-O, yeah. We
That
definitely
is
have
bizarre.
those. That is the one drive-through we would have. In fact,
Oh,
it's
here
very
you're driving.
common.
Here, just pop.
Yeah.
Pop through the drive-through, and we'll give you an alcoholic beverage
But
right at your
it's not like
easy to drink.
it's not like a drive-through window. It's like the entire store. You drive through the middle of it, so to speak.
What?
Or the side of it. And then, you just say what you want. They'll run to the fridge, grab it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
is-
it's not like a
whoa.
drive-through you would picture here.
Huh.
I don't think I saw one of those when I was over visiting.
We would have driven past them.
Did we?
I'll-
Point it out to me next time.
I will. Okay.
And so just to touch on the pharmacies, I think more along the line of like a handicapped person that can't walk into the store or something. Might
No,
be the
you need to get out your wheelchair
Target
and
audience.
roll in.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Are Australians familiar with HOAs?
HOA.
Are you familiar with an HOA?
That's homeowners association.
Yeah. Do you guys have them or are you familiar with them?
I am not, and I sort of feel a little bit vindictive towards them. Like
Okay.
I don't get why you would need to pay. I know you probably live in an area that has one.
I do.
And I feel like that would hamper my style. Like you cannot paint your door green.
Fair. Okay.
Not that I would paint it green, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
What's
like it
your
either.
thoughts on them? But interesting.
Big shock.
Yeah. Oh, I just was wondering because I mean, there's so many different things in America, but yeah, an HOA's purpose is if you have any shared spaces with other homes, like a park or like a sign or like an entryway design.
Or your front yards.
No,
or
not necessarily. So just like a communal area. The whole purpose of an HOA is if there is any maintenance that needs to be done to that area, like the slide breaks or something, everyone has paid equally to replace that item, and there's no knocking on everyone's door asking for a certain amount of money or whatever. So it's meant for the common areas, but now since it's transformed, it's started to begin to take care of front yards or things that people can see, but it's really just meant to share liability.
Okay, I'm curious
Okay,
because
but-
why isn't the local council or city council paying for that slide? Like, why are the people?
the city
Because it's
council,
part of the
meaning our local
neighborhood.
government.
It's part of the neighborhood rather. It's not the city's property. It's owned by those 100 houses or whatever. In
So
that
you have a
neighborhood.
share in that park?
Correct.
Huh? Can you cash out?
No. Yeah, no. You choose to be part of it when you purchase the property.
Okay, and what would it cost monthly, roughly? I mean,
It
you don't have
depends
to tell
on
us.
what amenities they have. So, like one house that I have, or one neighborhood that I have a house in, it has a small park, and that's really it. We have some like wetlands that have to be maintained, and they do mow our front yard, and that's like
That's cool.
$65 a month. Or the neighborhood that I'm in now, they don't take care of the front yards at all. They only maintain, there's like a walking path for dogs, and there's a bunch of parks. And
cool.
because there's more houses, that one I think is like $30 a month.
Right, but wouldn't you agree that some of them take it to the nth degree and decide what colors you can paint your house, like what color schemes are acceptable within that neighborhood?
Both of mine have that right now, but it's just like you have to choose a Sherwin-Williams paint color, which is a specific brand. They have thousands of paint colors, and it has to be a natural tone so that someone can't paint their house bright pink.
Do
But
they
if
have
I
a
want
deal
to
with
paint
this
my house
company?
bright pink,
Then don't buy a
Don't
house
live
in that
there.
neighborhood.
Oh, I won't.
You live there.
Never.
That's very specific about the brand. Like, do they have
Yeah,
a contract
it's because
with
they.
them?
Well, it's the most used exterior paint, and there's so many more colors. I mean, you could choose a color from someone else and have them make it, but just as like a written rule, it has the biggest range for them.
Interesting.
So,
Well, you've come up with some good questions.
yeah, I have a couple more.
Uh-oh.
And I think that you've mentioned this one before, but at restaurants in Australia, are drinks refillable or one time?
No, one time.
Okay.
I mean, you can get water, but no.
And that actually segues me. Do you automatically get water like you do in America? When you sit down, they automatically bring
No.
you water.
I don't recall that. I mean, perhaps someone correct me if it's changed, but no. Do you recall?
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Okay.
And oftentimes, if you go to like have a pub meal, or it's called a counter meal, you'll go up, order your meal, like sit down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll mean, a seated place. It's not like you pick your seat. And then you'll order the drinks from the bar yourself. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. What about garbage disposals? Are those normal in Australia?
A garbage disposal.
Yeah. Like in the kitchen sink?
Yes. I don't know. I think
Are you
so.
Australian?
I don't know. I've never had one.
Maybe there's a listener out there that can kind of get us up to speed
I
on
don't know.
how they build
personally
things
never
these
had
days
one.
there.
Yeah.
But that is an interesting question. I'm going to
They're
do
super
my
common
research
here, and I'm
ask around.
wondering if they're common. in
Well,
Australia.
I don't know anyone that has one.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Also, the idea of sending Christmas cards. So we, once a year around winter time, we'll take a picture of our family and our dogs and
yes.
whatever.
So weird.
And we send them out to everybody. And we spend a lot
So
of money doing
weird.
it. Okay, I was just curious. Don't attack me.
Okay, I'm not attacking you because you're the one that sent me my first one.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God, you're so American. Because yes, this is an odd thing.
Is it?
And tell me all about your story of what you've been doing. Like people send like a little letter with it. Like this is what I've been doing all year. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is fascinating, but wow.
Yeah, my best friend Laura, she sends one out. It's usually not by Christmas, but with 3 boys and a medical
And-
practice to manage, she doesn't get around to it. But yeah,
And
she
people
sends
take
it out every year.
professional photos for this.
Yeah.
Have people come and photograph them for their Christmas card. It's hysterical.
Well, I'm glad you find enjoyment
I
out
love
of it,
getting
but-
yours. I have saved
I'm
them
never
all.
sending you a Christmas card ever again.
That's why I'm backpedaling.
Send it to
'cause
me,
I really-
Kelsey. I appreciate
I know,
them.
right?
I do
I'm just
love
going to
them.
write Amanda's name on the envelope and then cross it out and just leave Kyla's.
Oh, harsh.
Okay, my last one is, do you guys do taxes every year? And if you do, are you the ones who have to do the math?
Ooh, interesting. Yes, we do
'Cause it's
taxes
tax
every year.
season.
The tax year ends June 30th.
Okay.
So we have to have it in by October 15th. And yes, I mean, I think it's very similar.
Okay.
You prepare it yourself. The major difference is I can seem to claim everything in Australia and I can claim nothing here. It's like what, 2% of what you have to have over 2% of what you earn in deductions for it even to count.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there I could claim like $20 of pens I bought.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I pay way more tax here.
I lied. I have one more. Just because you said that Kyla is as American as a pickup truck, are trucks not common? Like a normal, like average person doesn't buy a truck in Australia?
Like a Ford, like a big
They'll have-
truck, like what I have, like a Ford F-250 or a.
Like any sort of pickup. Do people not drive
I
pickups?
mean, people do, but we would never call it a truck. It'd be like a car or a four-wheel drive. A truck is like a semi. What do you call it? A semi.
Okay.
Semi truck, but it's not. No, and they have what they call utes.
Which is like my car, like a car
A car truck.
with a tray
And
in the back.
They have basically like Toyota 4Runner size, Ford Ranger
But that's
size.
a car. There's no one's calling it a truck.
Okay. Interesting.
So when you hear truck, you're automatically thinking a huge
Like a semi truck.
a semi.
Like 18 wheels or 16 or whatever
semi-trailer.
it is. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
That's what I'm
weird.
thinking of a truck.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's all that I had for today.
Well, thank you. Well, I have some really exciting news.
Oh.
Yes. So I've been given a date for my citizenship interview.
Yay.
Okay. I don't want to say exactly when the date is, but it's in May because I'm having flashbacks of telling everyone about failing, like going for my driver's license and then coming home, failing it and having this huge celebration of my failure. So I figure if I don't tell anyone and then I just go to it.
That's no fun.
It's in May.
May what?
It's in May.
The first 10 days of May?
Yes.
Yes.
The first 7 days of May?
No.
Wow, I like how you're
The
trying
first
to narrow
8
this
days of
down.
May?
Yes, I feel like I've just been trapped.
Is it the first 9 days of May?
No. Yes, maybe. Okay, so I'm not going to lie. I'm starting to get nervous because I figured I had like 6 months to learn this.
Yeah.
So at this interview, I'm going to be tested on my knowledge of the government and history of the United States. I also have to do a reading, writing, and English test, and hopefully I have that section in the bag. But I thought you can give me 3 random questions from my trusty flashcards
Perfect.
because it's crunch time now and I need to be prepared.
Yeah. Thank you for still holding up your end of the bargain and making me not do these.
No, now it's all about me. Now I'm the one that needs the help, not
Put her
you
on the hot
guys.
seat.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm not really.
Okay. Well, here we go. Question 44.
Oh, God.
Oh, this one's easy. Even I could get this. What's the capital of your state?
Olympia.
Thank you. I don't even need to check the answer for that one. I'm so American. Okay, question 28. What is the name of the President of the United States now?
Oh. You're giving
Is
her all
it
the easy ones.
I could have
Joe
answered these.
Biden?
It is. You should take out the ones you've already answered.
Well, hopefully it's all of them.
Well, true. But I mean on the podcast.
Okay.
Who vetoes bills?
The president.
Yeah, those were too
Okay,
easy. I'm going to give
find
you one
a hard
more.
one.
Yeah. You already asked that one. These are all easy.
Okay, Kyla did not think that.
Name one state that borders Mexico.
California.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
that was
Well,
easy.
I
You're
think
well
you're-
Like I
prepared.
have
you're fine.
nothing to do. Look, this one is hard. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name one of the writers.
Crickets.
Anyone?
Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin?
I don't know.
Is it
The Federalist
John
Papers.
Jay is one? Pubulus or something? John Jay, James Madison.
What? Pubulus?
I was trying to be quiet.
What is pubulus?
Okay, so the answer is James Madison. Correct, I said that. Alexander Hamilton. John Jay, I said that. And Pubulus. You read it.
What the?
Publius.
Give it here.
Publius. I don't know.
I would say Publius.
Yeah.
Publius. Was that?
Pretty much what I said.
Oh my God, pubes. That pube guy. You know the one.
I couldn't imagine.
He was
growing up
short
like
and had
that.
curly hair.
Stop. Give me the card.
Oh my God. Okay, so I have a quick question. What are your thoughts on the whole test? Do you think it should be easier, harder? Any opinion on immigration, or is that opening a can of worms?
All of the worms.
That's a big worm can.
Because I know it's a sensitive subject in America.
Yeah. I
People
think that
have
you're going to
strong
do
opinions.
great on your test.
I hope so. Thank you.
Welcome to America.
Oh, so sweet. Hope the house will now be decorated again.
No, because I don't know what day it is.
Pretty much do. Okay. Guess the Australian word.
Oh, God.
A cold one.
That's a beer.
Yeah.
Oh, is that American?
Yeah.
Yeah, we say that too.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it's Australian.
Did you
well.
read the answer instead of the question?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
That's- I just figured it was Australian.
Oh, no.
That's so awkward. Don't answer this, Kyla, because you know. A dobber.
Well, a dauber in America is for bingo. Like the little thing that you make the circles on the bingo card. Is that what it is in
It
Australia
is
too?
not.
Oh,
but
okay.
I haven't been to bingo for ages. Do you ever go?
The bingo hall that was by my old house closed, but I did win a lot of money there.
Really?
So I haven't been to bingo in a long time.
We should go.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay.
It's
riot.
also a bird, I think, that builds their nest out of mud.
A
Oh,
dobber.
Mud
true.
dauber.
Here. Okay, so in Australia, a dauber is a toilet bowl cleaner.
I just want to say you're right for the fun of it, but no, it's a tattletale.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about like items, not like name
Oh, it can
calling.
be anything.
Oh, okay. Well, that
Yeah.
opens up a lot of opportunity. I totally would have guessed that.
Okay, then you might be able to guess this one. A mongrel.
Okay, I've heard that word.
Mongrel?
Mongrel.
Like you dirty mongrel.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I know. It's
Can't translate.
a mongrel is like a, well,
You're
it would
saying
be,
it
if
weird.
it was
You're
a
saying
dog.
mongrel. It's mongrel.
How's it spelled?
MONGREL.
Mongrel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you, Kelsey. It's like a mixed breed dog.
Okay, that's what it is in America, but in Australia,
A troublemaker.
yeah, someone who's a bit of a dick.
High five.
Yes, well done.
Hold on, mud dauber. I lied. It wasn't a bird. It was a
Fish.
It's a bug.
Yep.
A
It's-
fish?
No, it's a bug. It's a it's
Good.
something
Kelsey's
that
on
stings
fire.
you. It can sting you. Yeah. It's like a yellow jacket, only not.
Okay. Ripper. For example, you little ripper. That's in a sentence.
Like a shithead. Is what I would.
No,
Think
that's
of it
like a
like-
champion. You little champion. You little.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
fantastic, mate. Like you
Yeah.
little ripper. It's fantastic.
Oh. See, we would see like a negative connotation, I feel like, in America.
That is so American.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I passed the citizenship test, everyone would be like, you little ripper. Like you nailed it.
I'm
well
going to
done.
say that.
Yeah, you little ripper. Struth.
Struth?
Struth. But say it with a little bit more like struth. Like a little bit more of a
Like that's the
exclamation
truth?
mark at the end.
Just mashed them all together?
Struth? No.
I mean, they would do
no,
that
but that is,
with words. They
Yeah.
like to do that.
we do massacre every word.
I'm going to veto this one to Kyla.
Oh, that's harsh. Can I get a spelling, please?
Strewth. Struth. For 5 points.
Someone who gets to the bottom of things and sorts it out.
That's a sleuth.
Oh, my bad.
It is an exclamation of surprise. Like, Struth. You really ate 20 pies?
A 5-pound chocolate peanut butter pie, as a matter of fact.
Yum. That's all I'm thinking about.
That's all I'm thinking about, how you forgot to bring it to us.
I'm sorry.
No,
Wow. Okay.
not forgiven.
Can we talk about Easter? So right now it's Easter weekend, which is a pretty big deal back home in Australia. It's pretty much non-existent here. So next to Christmas, it's pretty much the next biggest holiday in Australia. It's a 4-day weekend, Good Friday, Easter Saturday, Easter Sunday, Easter Monday, all public holidays. 4 public holidays in a row.
Yeah, we don't have that here.
Yeah.
It's a big deal if
crazy.
you're religious.
Well, in Australia, I would say for most Australians, Easter comes with no religious context. It's probably similar to Thanksgiving, you know, where you get together with family, have a great meal, like your Thanksgiving meal, eat amazing Australian chocolate. It's just,
So what was it made for? Like, how did the holiday come about
well,
if it's not religious?
I mean, it is religious.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm agreeing it is
But you
religious.
just
but
don't
it's just-
practice like religious things during that time?
No, I would say you
Gotcha.
don't have to be religious to celebrate Easter.
Gotcha.
It's just more of a get together with your family and having 4 days off work. Mm-hmm. And on, well, yesterday was Good Friday. So I didn't even realize it was Good Friday here. Like it was that, like I went out for lunch, all the shops were open. I completely forgot it was Good Friday.
Yeah.
In Australia, pretty much it's a restricted trading day. So most of the shops, bottle shops, everything's closed. Like back,
That's crazy.
yeah, when I lived there, they used to not even print the newspaper. That was the one day a year the newspaper was not printed. Like there was nothing. It was a dead zone.
Interesting.
Like on Christmas Day, if you got like a toy that needed batteries, nothing was open. It was always disappointing.
Huh.
Yeah. So anyway, growing up as a kid, like you'd wake up Christmas morning, you'd barely sleep, check that the Easter Bunny had been.
Christmas morning, you'd wake up and see if the Easter Bunny came.
Did I say Christmas? Easter morning.
Oh, just wanted to clarify.
You'd then run to your neighbours with your stash of chocolates and show them all.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a thing. And then all day long, you'd have the TV like tuned on. Well, this is Good Friday. I'm skipping back a day now. Like on Good Friday, you'd have the TV tuned all day long to the Royal Children's Hospital Good Friday appeal. And basically they
It's a
raise
very
money.
specific name.
They raise money for the Children's Hospital. So yesterday in Australia, they raised $23 million.
Wow.
Wow, that's impressive.
So people are out on every street corner like shaking tins. And so every time you get to an intersection, you're putting money in. Then you get to the next one, you put more money in. You know, like it encourages the whole of Melbourne pretty much to donate.
Yeah.
Sounds like I'd be staying home that day.
Okay, I was thinking
No,
that,
it's
but
a
I didn't say it. Thanks,
Oh my
Kyla.
God. Well,
You're welcome.
everything's closed, so there's not much to do. But,
Yeah.
you know, like you just have it tuned all day long and then you, they have like celebrities on and cross to the kids in the children's hospital. And it's sort of cool. Like it's in its 92nd year and basically you're brought up every Good Friday. This is what you do. Watch this.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Well, happy
here.
Easter,
No,
Australia.
went out to lunch and
Yeah,
forgot
happy
it was,
Easter, Australia.
yeah, it's sort of sad here. So I actually miss the hot cross buns Oh my God.
I thought that was a song that you just played on the recorder in elementary
No,
school.
they're just amazing.
It's also that, yes.
Yeah.
They're basically these hot cross buns that you break in half, toast them, cover them in butter, and pretty much they're released the day after Christmas now. And then you have them all up to Easter. If
And
I
that's
if
it?
I could make some for you now, yeah. So everyone hangs out to Christmas finishing to get your Easter like hot cross buns,
Wow.
and they come with like fruit in them, or you can get like no fruit. I prefer the no fruit.
Are they perishable?
Yes,
No.
it's like buying a loaf of dinner rolls.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not a loaf. What would you call it? A pack of dinner rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very bready podcast. I love it.
It was.
Yeah.
What is your favorite?
I like to call it a carb rich podcast.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
That's clever.
Ooh.
Look at
What
you.
are your favorite like foods to eat? Do you have like? Are you going to eat Easter eggs? Will anyone give you Easter eggs? Like, what do you do?
You know, this is probably going to make a lot of people angry. I don't like chocolate.
What?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I just don't like chocolate. So, no, I won't be eating any
You
Easter
know, I
eggs.
understand that. As an Australian eating American chocolate, I don't like American chocolate.
Bitter and tastes like
I wonder,
trash.
do we have any Australian chocolate left, or have you eaten it all?
Oh, I've eaten it all.
Okay, because I do wonder if you would like it,
yeah.
or if you just don't like that sweet food.
Yeah. I
That
think
chocolate does not last long in this house for
Is
all
it
of our
bitter,
Australian
Kyla?
listeners.
No.
Any fans want to send any mail our way?
I don't know how many podcasts you haven't asked for Australian chocolate. It's probably less than the ones we have.
And still,
You're right.
nothing has arrived. I'm checking the mailbox daily. Nothing. She asked, was it bitter? Not at all.
No, it's very smooth, very
It's
milky.
very creamy.
Well, next time you get some, maybe you should save me a piece.
Well, maybe you should bring us
Yes.
chocolate and peanut butter pie.
Listen,
Listen, this is a strictly, tit for tat relationship here.
Okay,
Quid
so
pro
I'm
quo.
curious.
did you like your Samoa cookies that I dropped off?
I haven't had any yet.
Oh, well, I'm just
Wow.
saying if you want to save me a piece of chocolate, I did bring you cookies.
Well, I would
Yes,
very
you did.
gladly trade that whole box of Samoa cookies for a peanut butter chocolate pie.
Well, you better
Oh
cough
my
them
God.
back up.
Okay, getting back to Easter. What do you guys do? Was it a big thing growing up, or is it literally a nothing event your whole life?
I mean, when I was younger, we would go to like church, and then there'd be like an Easter egg hunt, and you just go hunt for little plastic eggs that
I
have
was about to say, are they actually real Easter eggs or just those
they're
fake
little
plastic?
plastic ones that have candy or money or toys in them, and then there
That
were
is so
some
odd.
actual like hard boiled eggs that were dyed ahead of time. But that's
Wait.
Must have grown up more poor than you. Most of ours were actual eggs that got hidden.
I never went to the Easter egg hunts, but I'm just saying
And
they
then-
were there.
And there'd be like, I don't know, just a very small handful of the plastic ones that had a little treat in them.
Yeah.
But
Or like
yeah,
a
it was,
quarter, or-
I mean, I had a similar experience growing up. I think the parents, especially the mothers of daughters, like to dress them up in cute little Easter dresses and
Yeah.
But it wasn't
Not
a
my
big,
thing.
like, you don't have a big lunch. Get together with your family. It's
no,
a
not
whole big-
really. Like I was most
So
excited
weird.
about getting my basket from the Easter bunny.
I know there are some families that do like Easter dinner and they have like ham
Yes.
and whatever, but
Roast
we never did that.
potatoes.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I always
So
feel a little
weird.
bit bad because Amanda gets like so excited about Easter, and I forget that it's
It's
even
a
Easter.
nothing day.
Yeah, it's a nothing day.
Like
Sorry.
I have to work. I work today, work tomorrow. Like, yeah. I should be having my 4-day vacation. Getting my good Cadbury Easter eggs and yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't bring you any Easter candy. I'm a really shitty friend.
I'm a
God.
worse wife. I haven't bought any either.
Did you guys even remember it was Easter?
Vaguely. In the
No.
back of my mind somewhere, I was like, oh, yeah, I need to do something for Amanda because she likes Easter. And then I worked all week and spaced it and only remembered when I was going to get hay today.
And you still didn't come home with anything?
Oh,
I
the
came
hay
home-
bales.
I came home with 2 giant hay bales.
I saw those.
Yeah,
They
I
take up
actually-
the entire back of an 8-foot bed and then some
Yeah.
pickup.
So I went to work this morning and then came home and tried to get an hour sleep. Anyway, as I was looking out the window, I saw these 2 gigantic massive round hail.
They're probably
hay
5 to
bales.
6 feet across. They're
really big.
huge.
We're driving up the road. So anyway, I was going to yell out the window because I could see Kyla had the tractor out. I was going to yell out and say, "Oh my God, like someone's getting hay." And then I saw the car turn in here and realized it was her. So it was, yeah.
Awkward.
Anyway, I don't have much else to say. Anyone else got any interesting stories or anecdotes?
No,
Kelsey?
I do have some more questions for you, though.
Okay.
Let's see. Since we've been talking about food so much, I want to know what your favorite food is that you can't get in America besides chocolate, because you've already said that 11 times. Like an actual
Hot
food, like a
cross buns,
meal.
A meal.
Or,
Oh, okay. I can get this in Australia, but
Bacon.
sorry. Yeah, I can get this in America, but very rarely. A chicken parma. Okay. Think of like a chicken schnitzel. You can either get it covered in like marinara sauce or whatever and cheese, or gravy with like mushrooms or something. That I miss. Like that is a staple of every pub wherever you go. That'll
can you
be on the
make
menu.
it here?
Yes, and I have. But if I go out, that's what I miss having. Like I love a good chicken parma.
Gotcha.
The other thing I really miss is bacon. Yes, you have bacon here, but it's like our scrappy bit of the bacon. So we have this beautiful like medallion,
Thick.
like that. I don't know how you
delicious,
just like
yeah.
that sort of a shape, like a kidney sort of shape. Then on the end is that little streaky bacon. So the bit that your actual bacon is like our little remnant of this.
Interesting.
So it's obviously we use a different cut of the pig. I've seen European bacon here, but not the same thing. It's not the same cut.
There's also Canadian bacon, which is more like ham.
That's just ham.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was asking Julie, our Canadian guest, what they call bacon. You know, like if they call that's Canadian bacon. I said, do they call it American bacon? And
Right.
she's like, no, it's just bacon. But yeah, interesting. So I do miss those two things. Can't think of anything else. I mean, I'm sure there's many things. I miss Eggs Benedict because I can never get a good one here unless someone makes it for me.
Yeah, that's a big one that
Thank you,
you've
David.
mentioned before.
So I've stopped asking for it. I'm like constantly disappointed. And so I'm like, never let me order this again.
Huh.
Yeah.
And can you make that here?
Yes, I can make it. But even the hollandaise sauce, like I would have to make everything fresh as opposed to. And
Like the packet of hollandaise sauce that you would buy in Australia is different to what you buy here. Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
like I can just buy a little pack of hollandaise sauce in a thing and just heat it in the microwave and boom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's little things like that I miss that I often bring back with me, like packets of things like that.
Yeah.
I like the little cans of what is that? Is it passion fruit or star fruit?
Passion fruit.
The little cans of passion fruit that they sell.
Like juice?
No, it's
No, it's the seeds.
It's like the seeds and
And
the
the
pulp
juice.
a little bit and a little bit of juice
And you
it's,
pour it over your pavlova.
You pour it over your pavlova. It's very tart
What's
and
pavlova?
Oh, the most amazing Australian dessert ever.
it's
it's like
phenomenal.
meringue, but it's sort of soft inside.
And then
it's
you
a
put,
sugary thing.
You put heavy cream whipped on top of it. Not sugared whipped cream, but,
'Cause it's
but
so sugary,
heavy
the
whipped
dish.
cream. And then you pour for the tart or to balance out that real sweet of the pavlova. You put on something a little bit more
passion
tart,
fruit
like
and
fruit,
berries and
like you put
fruit.
berries,
Yeah.
fruit.
I'll make it for you.
kiwi.
It's absolutely delicious.
Yeah, it sounds good. Okay, and then my last question that I have is, what do you like most about being in America compared to Australia?
Me.
Besides Kyla, of course. That is interesting.
Kyla is the
there
reason that you
anything-
came to America, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So,
So she wins that one.
she does win.
Winning.
Can you think of anything that I've said
About living here that you really love?
as opposed to Australia?
Yeah.
I mean, in Australia, I lived in a good position in Melbourne, which was maybe like 20 minutes to the beach, 20 minutes to the mountains. It sort of had a bit of everything. I miss being that close to the beach.
Okay.
And the beaches were different.
It was probably
I mean,
warm
I know
and
we're
sunny.
probably trying to say the opposite, like what's great about America, but yeah, it was sunny. The beaches were, you could sunbake, you could go swimming. Here, it's so
You
rugged.
have said that it's kind of nice having more seasons.
Yeah, I would say we do get the seasons in Australia similar, but probably not the extremes of temperature. But as opposed to something what I really love here compared to there.
Oh my God, she can't think of anything, people. This is.
I mean, I love them both.
embarrassing.
You're taking
equally.
your citizenship test in a few weeks.
Okay, I love how patriotic everyone is here. That is one thing that good or bad, whether someone is pro or against or whatever.
Right.
I love that people are very passionate and are waving the flags. Like everyone loves America. And I do love that.
Yeah, you've said that before.
Yeah. I'm going to have to think on this because I'm sure there's many things. It's just like my brain on 1 hour sleep is not computing so well.
Yeah. I'll let you slide.
Thank you. Any other hot seat questions?
No, that was it. I mean, I have more, but not for today.
Okay, well, it's been an absolute pleasure having both of you today.
Oh, it's great.
Yay.
It's always good to see Kelsey. She was our best
Thanks,
neighbor
guys.
that we've ever had.
Yes.
Take it.
Any questions or feedback, please reach out to our Facebook page. Leave us a voicemail. I'm going to put a link for the voicemail because everyone is a little confused on how to do the voicemail, so I'll be more clear on that. Links are in the show notes, though, if you just want to click on them. Rate and review us, and as we always say...
If it's not 5 stars, don't bother. And thank you, Maria. I know that if you could, you would. She apparently cannot rate us on her Google app.
Interesting.
Yes.
Anyway, have a great week, and hopefully we get some of that pie.
Bye, guys.
Bye.